Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to more Amazon. I'm sorry that it's a little. Hold on, let me actually put this on the other side. Oh, that's why that's there, because this shit's wet. All right, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, this whole other side is wet, but welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Amazon. And this time I got a different vest on because my white vest broke, so I had to get another one that I already had for like the past couple of weeks, well, the past week now. Never wore it because they did say that trainees are supposed to wear the white vest, but they do also say if you know what you're doing, then you can wear the orange vest. You still need assistance, you can still ask for help. But yeah, wearing the same hoodie from yesterday. This time just different pants, black pants completely. So yeah, welcome back to Amazon. I don't want this fucking light to like kill my camera. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It is like 8 something or 9 something in the morning, so sorry if this is something that you weren't expecting. Also, if I look a little slanted, I had to put my phone on top of the glove, which was in a wet spot, I guess, because of the rain yesterday on the conveyor belt, or somebody, had something on the conveyor belt. Actually, let me make sure that oh my god, can I not touch it? I chat. Alright, there, now I can, oh Jesus, this whole shit, right? Alright, I'm just gonna put you guys right there then. On the start button. Yeah, hopefully you guys can still see me and whatnot, but yep, I'm here once again, still doing my Amazon job. It's a pretty good job, pays pretty well, as you can see. Let me move this over a little more. Might be a bad position for being right there, so I'm gonna put you guys actually right here next to the there we go. So yeah, welcome back to my Amazon job, or me working my Amazon job, so that I can make a living in life, support my family. Also, I have some good news and some bad news. So, I'm gonna start off with the bad news. Bad news is I shouldn't have talked down about Back 4 Blood, even though it is still in its pre-launch phase. So not a lot is to game quite yet. Not a lot, honestly. But it does have 4 different acts. Sorry, I got my phone fell over. It has 4 different acts of levels that I've never seen. Even in the first act. The first act is pretty fucking long. You can go see that live stream. I did it last night. It was for like an hour, 50 minutes, I guess. I didn't really want to push it into 2 hours because I still want to give the game a chance, but I still want to give other games a chance. But this more or less is about the conversation of Back 4 Blood. So, getting into Back 4 Blood, I was wrong to negatively criticize it in saying in my Amazon job part 2 is they didn't have the crows in certain areas, which is a environmental hazard. And if you alert the crows, it alerts the horde, and then the horde starts chasing you. So I did get to play through the first level. I did also get to see the cutscene, which was pretty fucking banging, to be honest. Like, from the creators of Left 4 Dead, Turtle Something Studios, they're pretty good at what they do. They're pretty good at making, cutscenes and, it isn't like that, but it has a lot of similarities though. Like some of the special infected are still kind of the same, but like some of them aren't. And especially with one of the infected, it's really fucking annoying. I forgot what it is called, but it plasters itself on the wall and it waits for you, and it launches itself like its upper torso. It launches itself at you, and it climbs on top of you and it starts just ripping you apart. Your character is so fucking helpless. Also, my main character is Doc. I don't care who says what. I like being a medic in games that allow you to be a medic, other than World of Warcraft and I say RPG role-playing games. I don't like being a cleric. I don't like being a bishop. I don't like being, medic, healer in the sense. In those types of games, I like being a tank. I like doing the most damage. I like taking the most damage. But yeah. So I actually got water this time. Well, I don't know if it's water infused with watermelon essence. It's not the best, but it's something close enough to water. But sorry, I have to turn that off. I don't know if this is going to be cut short. I don't know if someone's going to come back here and be like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing?" I already see somebody walking back here with a yellow highlighter vest. I don't know if they're coming over here though. Like, I really like doing these streams because it gives me a chance to actually talk to you guys, and I guess I could do these at home, but it kind of just doesn't feel really relevant to do it at home without like me doing something in the background. But then again, I don't want to say that I need activity, I need an event, I need something to keep me busy while I continue to talk to you guys. However, I will say that in the aptitude and in the presence and the visualization and the impactfulness and just the emotional roller coaster that goes into Back 4 Blood, it actually is a really good game. And I feel bad for talking down about it because there's like 4 different acts, and I think the last act, the 4th act, is shorter than the first 3. So there's that. I also tried last night, or somewhere between 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, to do a live stream via OBS. OBS wasn't really having it, so I'm going to revert back to using NVIDIA GeForce Experience, which allows me to both record my screen, do a live stream, and that's about it. So that's where I'm going to take my live streams if I want to go to YouTube. You can also follow me on Omelette. Omelette, if you don't know what Omelette is like a mobile streaming service. Not for movies, but you can stream and broadcast your gameplay if you're like a mobile gamer. They also give you the chance to, stream, PC games and, the works. God, I keep getting nervous because I think someone's gonna walk over here. Like, people keep walking in and out. Oh, God. Got some of my watermelon water on me. Anyway, well, my watermelon infused, my water infused with watermelon essence. I'm already starting to choke up. Also, I'm not sitting in the back of this this truck's container to this truck's cargo deck, if it's called that. Well, we're gonna call it the cargo deck. And I'm not sitting here to avoid doing work. I'm actually waiting for boxes to come down the line. And once again, we're a warehouse fulfillment center. This is basically me doing anything possible that's available to me in my range of skill here and in my range of training. So basically, putting boxes into pallets, putting boxes into bigger boxes called gaylords, putting boxes into go-karts, which are just big cages with wheels at the bottom. Loading boxes into here. As a matter of fact, here comes the box right now. But loading boxes into here, making a wall, throwing them over so the wall has stabilization, and just going from there, honestly. more or less, I kind of want to keep this going because like I don't I don't want to like exactly as I said. I want to order like a camera that I can like either like put onto my glasses or like just like one of those attachable cameras that kind of looks like it's part of the lens or part of the frame, so that I can live stream. But then again, I wouldn't know how that would actually work because I feel like I would have to Bluetooth the camera to my phone and then go from there and then hope the connection stays stable enough in order for me to continue to broadcast. But I don't know, because I'm working off of Amazon Wi-Fi right now. I'm not working off of my mobile data. But all I can say is getting back to Back for Blood, and I was really appreciative of this. I was really excited to see this, and I didn't want to say it was because of difficulty. I didn't want to say it because of only just PC players. I didn't want to say any of that because I was playing with Xbox players. I was playing crossplay, which the game has, and it's a shame because honestly, games like these should stick to their own console, but then again, that makes me sound like I'm being racist against consoles, and I'm not. Because I do sometimes enjoy crossplay, and sometimes I don't enjoy crossplay. Crossplay where it doesn't become enjoyable is when it's in like Call of Duty. Like crossplay between PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. I don't know if Call of Duty's ever going to go to Switch. I probably bet you it's not. I think one of the closest Call of Duties that got on to Nintendo consoles was, I believe, Black Ops 2 for the Nintendo Wii U. Unless there is a Call of Duty on the Switch, but then again, I don't know. But the closest thing to Call of Duty on the Switch would have to be Warface, so who knows? But anyway, getting back into it. So yeah, I was very excited. I was very pleased by the cutscene and how long it was and how it transitioned into the level. It was very, very smooth. It was crystal clear. It was straight to the point. Like, you're in this bad situation, you need to get out of this bad situation. Like, with Left 4 Dead, I want to say that there wasn't really a lot of cutscenes for Left 4 Dead, and I feel like at Turtle Something Studio, it's not called Turtle Something Studio, but I forgot the other name that comes after Turtle, but Turtle Something, I think it's Turtle Dive Studio or some shit, and I believe they wanted to implement like cutscenes into their game, and I don't know if it was Turtle Dive Studio that made Left 4 Dead 2, but I don't think it was. I think it was some other producer, but Turtle Dive, I think like Turtle Dive or whatever their name is, they wanted to implement cutscenes into Left 4 Dead, and they really couldn't because of the power of like consoles, but they knew that the game was coming on PC, and PC just keeps getting better and better and better. Game consoles keep getting better and better and better. The hardware gets better. Everything just gets better. And it's just that I feel like they wanted to implement cutscenes into Left 4 Dead because with the cutscenes that you have in Back 4 Blood, it's a lot polished. It makes sense. You play as these 4 characters, like, which are the main characters, but you can branch off and play with different characters. Like I said, my main is Doc. She's, I want to say she's either Asian or Japanese or Chinese. I don't want to, get pulled off and someone comments and they're just like, oh, you're being racist. I'm like, no, I'm not being racist. I just don't know the nationality. I got the character I play as. But, I do prefer Doc because she is a medical profession, and Doc is short for doctor. But I like playing as her. I can heal my teammates whenever. Well, actually, no. I think I can only heal my teammates per level. I guess you can say between the acts. But with that, it's really cool because like I can just sit there, bandage them up. They're good to go. That ability doesn't work on Doc because more or less her ability is on the defense and helping to buff the characters. I did read a little bit into the game that it's going to be getting better because of its pre-launch. So it is going to get better. There's going to be free updates. I oversaw that in 2022, which is coming out pretty shortly, that there's going to be a massive update. There's going to be purchasable game pass, I guess, I don't know, 1 year pass or something, and then there's going to be like content that you can buy. But I would also love to see that this game reaches, the community for what it is, so that it's not like, I would love to see that game get modded, but I know it's still brand new and it's fresh. It's fresh, it's PC, it's crossplay, that's a bunch of different things. But for right now, it's pretty fresh. Let me just turn this off. I should really get back to flats, but no one really cares because I'm not doing my job. They probably believe that I'm over someone else doing it with flats. But, yeah, no, I just wanted to say that, sorry, just trying to adjust myself on camera. I know, it's pretty bad. But, yeah, it's still brand new. I would love to see a ton of mods go into that game. I would love to see it get modded, because, like, developers, they're not mad about Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 getting modded. They love to see this. The creativity of the community is always the best we want. It's always the best. I do plan to live stream Left 4 Dead 2 at some point with like many different mods that I have on it. But yeah, no, like I do hope that wherever we do move, it either has like a basement or an attic to where I can do like my stuff. Because once again, exactly as I said, I get embarrassed to record or do live streams around like people in the same area as me. I don't care as much as if it's like a person that I'm playing with. If that's a plus different stream, but like if it's in the immediate vicinity, it's just difficult for me to do it because like I don't want to be cautious about what I say or what I talk about because my channel is as freely as it gets. But at the same time, I don't want to offend people by things that I talk about. Some people really do get butthurt, and I hate the fact that we live in a society that's so fucking sensitive nowadays. But that's just how it is nowadays. You can't go around saying a certain phrase of words, a certain change of words, certain things, without somebody getting incredibly butthurt and being like, oh, that hurts my feelings, and then they go to the internet and they write about it, and they're just like, oh, that person, hurt my feelings. But I really do want to keep this going. I really do want to keep the live streams going. You gotta forgive me because this is how I ran my channel. This is even how I ran my second channel, or my very, very first channel, which was DaveeMoo-Sky Gaming. At first it was DaveeMoo-Sky, and then it was DaveeMoo-Sky Gaming, and then it was DaveeMoo-Sky Gaming. That channel is pretty much dead. I'm contemplating on whether or not I want to take it down from YouTube. I know I'm branching off of talking about Back 4 Blood, but yeah. It's just that. Like, I want to keep everything that I have going as much as possible, regardless of fame or wealth or just anything. I just do this for entertainment purposes. I don't really care about money. I don't care about anything. But I just wish we didn't live in a society that was so sensitive. Like me, myself, and I'm pretty sensitive about certain topics too. But like, I know how to handle a joke. I know how to handle, when somebody's offensive. I know how to handle dark humor. I know how to handle a lot of stuff. But like, when it comes down to other people and their handling of reality and based around, it's a difficult play on, am I going to end up being racist? Am I going to end up being offensive? Am I going to offend the whole community? Am I going to say something to a person and they're just going to get offended and turn around and be like, wait, what? Just like, sensitivity is at an all-time high. It's always been at an all-time high. Oh, man, it's actually kind of cold in here. So I'm gonna put my sleeves on because I'm actually kind of cold. But like, sensitivity is at an all-time high, and it's annoying and it's bothersome, and it just, I know some part of that sensitivity. I know I'm being hypocritical about it because, you know, I'm also sensitive to certain things. I do get offended by certain things as well. I do take, you know, like, it may not affect me now, but it's definitely going to affect me later, or I might not show it to you, but it's definitely going to affect me. It's going to make me think about it, and it's going to make me be like, well, that's pretty fucked up. But I don't know why I made closer to this thing. These boxes aren't down the line yet. But yeah, but getting back to it, my whole spiel on my channel is that I do what I want, when I want, I say whatever I want, when I want, I don't get racist. If things offend you, that's kind of too bad, I guess. But in a sense, I relatively grew up with people who just absolutely do not care. Like, if you go home crying, so what? Like, you know? But I don't want to say in the matters of like, oh, you know, I'm gonna offend people, I'm gonna hurt people's feelings. And I'm like, well, who fucking you? You don't like it, you don't want it, that's not my problem. But then again, now I have to come to the realization that YouTube is also becoming quite sensitive. And what they want to portray, you can't even make a joke about, let's say for example, in one of my videos, in one of my live streams on Call of Duty, I did this impersonation of a Down syndrome person. I basically named them Down syndrome Ghost, and you know, the reality of that is I don't want to believe it was offensive, but because when I was playing with my bros, I was playing with my Call of Duty pack, which was, you know, consists of Big Yoda and Gambling, Toasty, and whoever else was a part of it. Like, we were just making these jokes because it's a joke. Just take a joke. It's supposed to be funny, not offensive. And if you get offended, that's too fucking bad. But, yeah, so I did this whole spiel where I did this whole skit, not a skit, but I did this whole spiel where I impersonated a Down syndrome person by using the vocal implication of saying macaroni and cheese and them being a military operator named Down Syndrome Ghost. Now, I don't exactly remember the exact live stream of that video or what that video's name is or that live stream's name is, which got converted into a video. I believe it's about 2 hours long, and I don't honestly, I can't really give you timestamps on where the whole act just came out. But what I can say is that's what I did, but I did it as a joke. I did it because it's funny. I did it because it's not supposed to offend anybody. And as I do say in my channel, I will say things. I will do things. I will say jokes. And I am still going to continue to say jokes. I still know that I'm branching further and further away from Back for Blood and talking about it and just ranting on about it. But I just wanted to say that with my channel, and I don't honestly know how many times I gotta say this just for people to understand it, but like, if you do watch my channel, and I know that I'm not a high subscriber count channel, but like, if you do watch my channel and you do find something offensive, don't report me, bro. Don't be a dickhead. Like, this is just how we go about playing the game. This is how we go about doing the channel. This is how I go about doing my channel. Because if you really want to get down to it, and I don't care about how many subscribers this person has, like, I watch them too, I love them because they're pretty fucking funny, They do get really offensive sometimes, and it doesn't bother me because, honestly, as I said, I'm not as much of a sensitive person as today's society is. And I'm actually kind of starting to warm up. I'm not as sensitive as a person as today's society is. And just, I'm not weak-minded, I'm not weak-hearted. I've got a pretty powerful will because, I just grew up in rough times. So, I mean, I grew up spoiled, but I grew up with family way later along the line who just didn't give a shit. They didn't give a fuck about what they said. If it offended you, boo-hoo, that's too bad. But, that's how it just was. That's how it is. And honestly, I would like to say that if you want to get offended by me because I'm a low subscriber count YouTube channel, don't get offended by me. I'm not an offended person. I'm not a racist, I'm not a fascist, I'm not anything. Just because the color of my skin is white, that doesn't mean shit. But I will say the factor is, if you want to get offended, then please look to a channel. It's called Nick Nasty. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it. They're fucking kind of everywhere. There's a lot of people like Nick Nasty. And, for example, there's Fitz, there's Swagger Souls. Like, they say some really offensive stuff. They say some really not so safe for YouTube and a matter of stuff. And I just don't like it that, like, I don't try to copy that because I do make up my own content, I do make up my own material. And, if I'm just playing with the boys, this shit is not scripted whatsoever. It's just what comes out of us is we're being funny. They know that I record. They know that I stream. They know that I don't want you saying certain slang terms. Like, I don't care if the N-word is said during a live stream. I don't care if, like, you're directly saying that to me. But, if you aren't that certain race, you do not say that on my channel because it's really iffy, and I don't do a lot of editing because I do raw material. But I would have to say that with the whole Down syndrome ghosting it's just a joke. That's all it is. And I know I didn't really get any factor of it being just a joke, but it does, how can I say, it does make me feel like I don't really care who takes my channel in any perspective. I don't really care who it's just like, wow, that's pretty fucked up. I'm gonna report you. I mean, go for it. Go ahead. Report my channel. Go, you can do it. And I'm not saying this because people have reported my channel. I'm saying this because people haven't reported my channel because this is what I do. This is who I am. This is what I do not on a daily basis because I don't stream every day. But when I do stream, I just want to say that I'm sorry that you got offended personally. I'm sorry that you do not like the content of my channel. And that's plain and simple. That's too fucking bad. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. And that's not me being offensive about my channel. That's me more or less being like, I don't really care. This is what I do. You get offended, boo-hoo, go somewhere else. Like, you're gonna come across a lot of things on YouTube that you're not gonna like, and it's kind of on you. Like, YouTube is like jumping in a swimming pool, and when you surface and you look around, it's just a jump of what the fuck is around you, So it's kind of a big swimming pool of content that is either going to be offensive, clean, not safe for work, safe for work, not safe for the office, safe for the office. It's just a bunch of different things. You might see some weird stuff, you might see some creepy stuff, you might see some stuff that will make you go, and so on and so forth. But just with my channel alone, and the people that I have on my channel, or during my live streams, I really do care about these people, and I really don't want to see the fact of them being criticized for who they are, because Because I know most of them don't live stream, and most of them don't record. But I just don't want to see that, oh, I'm in affiliation with this person because I want to be affiliated to them, but I don't want to be affiliated to their offensive content or offensive things that come out of their mouth. Like, if it's a joke, it's a joke. Take a joke. Like something I've heard before, not directed towards me, but something I heard as a joke before was this thing that I saw on iFunny. And yes, I'm an iFunny user because I think half the shit on there is pretty funny, or something adorable. It's offensive and it's still funny. But I do remember seeing this thing that said, if you can take a dig, you can take a joke. And it was directed towards the female crowd, or mostly towards the female crowd, but I want to also redirect the joke that, many different crowds. So, like, if you can take a dig, you can take a joke. So, just take a joke. Take a joke for what it is. It's just a joke. It's not meant to offend you. It's meant to be funny. But, reverting back to Back 4 Blood, the cutscene for the first act, in the beginning, there are several cutscenes through the first act and the sections that the first act has, and they're pretty fucking cool. They're pretty fucking neat, and I love them. They're so good, they're so polished, they're so extravagant to look at. And I know that I started my live stream on YouTube, not via OBS, but via the NVIDIA experience. If you don't know what NVIDIA experience is, it's basically how can I say, it's kind of an overlay. It's kind of like a menu, sort of. It's a menu selection. It's an overlay that you press Alt-Z, or you can change that to whatever prompt command what you want to pop it up. But for me, it's Alt-Z. And it brings up a menu. It says it says record, broadcast, and some other shit. I forgot what it exactly said, but I know there's like a screenshot and that ability there. So, I think that was like my supervisor just walking by. But, yeah, so, I probably might end up stopping this like a little early. Like I might not even hit the 1 hour mark or something, like 33 minutes in. I should have just made this a video, but then again, it would probably take too long to upload. And I kind of just want to get things out there as we go. However, I do want to say that, like, with the video experience, it does make it a lot easier for me to live stream my content to YouTube. I'm still working out the kinks because I don't know a lot about setting up broadcasting mode. I don't know a lot about setting up streaming mode. I have looked into it. I have looked into the presets of what it has, because it has low, medium, high, and ultra settings, or custom settings, which is just basically putting it at an ultra high setting. But with that, I just don't feel like it works. So essentially, I'm just going to put OBS back to Omelet, and Omelet, once again, is a mobile broadcasting service where you can broadcast your gameplay on your mobile phone, such as, for example, COD Mobile, Minecraft, the new PUBG, I think it's called PUBG Aftermath or some shit, I don't know. But it's brand new. I haven't touched it yet. I do have it downloaded on my phone. I don't know if I'm going to live stream that onto Omelet or if I'm going to live stream to YouTube. But, yeah, so that's something to plan for. Once again, exactly what I said, I don't really do a lot of streaming. I don't really do a lot of editing, so I apologize in the end if things just come out raw and like boring and it's just like such an hour long. But yeah, so reverting back to Back 4 Blood after reverting twice. But yeah, so I loved it. Cutscenes are carnage. The one thing I was really excited about was just not like for the special effected, because the special effected, they're pretty fucking neat too. You got the ogre, you got the thing that you want to assume that is the boomer. You got the tall boy, which is kind of like the charger in a sense. The tank, which is the big ass ogre thing. Actually, there's kind of like two different like tanky like bosses. One's in like I think one part of the first act, and the other one is in when you're going through the tunnels, or I think it's called the bloody tunnels or some shit. Yeah, and there's this giant thing that's called the ogre, and basically it's massive. It's a really tanky boss. Like it can really take a lot of damage, and it can do a lot of damage to you. It can like pick you up and toss you, or I think it can pick you up, toss you, or slam you down, and it incapacitates you and snap your finger. It also throws, I think, it throws pieces of its flesh at you, which explode and cause area of effect damage. So it's insane. I love it. It's so cool. Like they really put some thought into this next generation modern game, and I am curious if this game takes place after Left 4 Dead. But then again, I can't really say that it takes place after Left 4 Dead because Left 4 Dead's virus was called the green flu. So it wouldn't really make sense, but it does have, I want to say, it does have references. Not a lot. Like, I haven't seen any. I've seen a few Easter eggs that I have shown on during the live stream, like the carpet from The Shining, the locked basement hatch from Evil Dead, and so on and so forth. But I haven't really found a bunch of Easter eggs, since there's not really a lot in there right now. And I feel like the developers do want to put like a lot of Easter eggs in their game. So I'm hoping to see more, but right now I haven't seen a lot. I've also seen a video based on Easter eggs, and there's one that spans from Shaun of the Dead, which is a snippet of Can Dogs Look Up? And obviously dogs, I don't want to say they can physically put their head up, but they can look up at you. So there's that little Easter egg, but I haven't found it because it's on a sticky note, and I forgot where the sticky note was. And I wanted to show it so that at least I can present this. Here's the Easter egg. So yeah, you'll work. Well, I wouldn't really call them Easter eggs. I would just call them references to different movies and games and whatnot. But no, yeah, like. But one of the things that do excite me about Back 4 Blood is the hazard situations. And the hazard situations are car alarms, door locks that have alarms on them, crows or birds as they're called. They're actually in reality just crows with yellow eyes or yellow glowing eyes that are infected with the virus. I forgot what exactly the virus is. I think it's like a worm that massive produces this infection and whatnot. So yeah, the hazards are just incredible because it still goes off the idea that you shoot a car, it sets off an alarm, it attracts the horde. You set off the birds, it attracts the horde. You set off an alarm door, or a door that's equipped with an alarm, it sets off the horde. And it's so cool, it's so neat, and I love it. And I didn't see that in my first stream, which was called I Finally Bought the Game. And I didn't see it, and I started to get disappointed about it, and I kind of just refunded the game, and I started to play Riders Republic, which was a pretty neato game too, by Ubisoft original. You know, this guy's not gonna I'm not that. Because once again, I don't know if this really breaks NBA code. So like, I'm trying to be as cautious as possible. I wonder if they're looking for me, honestly. But I'm not. I might spend this right now. Because I do like talking. Or as people say, I like hearing myself. So yeah, Back 4 Blood is pretty essentially it's cool. There's objectives that you can do in the game. There are hazard events that you can also get as optional like cards that affect the environment. Not affect, but affect the environment. Just like last night, I saw this one card because there was this repetitive area that did twice. And, well, we did it once over again. I don't know why, but it just moved on. I don't know why there was a repeat of the level. I think if you don't completely eject it the first time, I think it forces you to repeat, which is pretty. Honestly, that's pretty bad game design. It's like you shouldn't force the player to repeat an area just cause the objective wasn't complete. I know certain games do that. Like when it's in this game that essentially is considered a speed running tier of a game, you shouldn't have to do that to players, and it's kind of negative. It doesn't really work out as well. I also might get Back 4 Blood for PlayStation as well, so I can do face cam, my voice. Once again, I'm not afraid to do a live stream. It's just sometimes I don't like doing my live streams about people, as I said. I do live with another person. I live with my wife. She's a very beautiful woman. I really do love her, and I hope she wants me to return. How can I say? I just don't. I guess you could say I get embarrassed to even bother with doing the recording. It's a little embarrassing, I guess, because I want to talk about things, but I don't want to get offensive. I don't want this person to look to me and be like, "Oh, you're kind of being offensive. Or you're kind of being offensive right now. You're hurting my feelings." And I'm just like, well, this isn't directed towards you. This is directed towards my audience. And I'm not being offensive towards my audience, but this is directed towards just what I'm saying and talking about while playing the game. Tired. I've only been here for like it's like 10 o'clock right now. I'm not lazy guy. Wi-Fi out here on this fucking thing, it just sucks. Alright. Close this. I don't think I really do need it, but sure. Sorry, it's just a thing popped up on my screen. But yeah, I mean, with live streaming, it's just I just haven't built up that comfortability to have another person. Well, I mean, I can say that I have recorded with another person in the immediate radius before, like once or twice or thrice. I've recorded with people as well in the same area. I do have live streams of it. I have to go take those down because they don't matter anymore. And if you're wondering, the midnight hour or midnight shadow hour, or as I call it, the midnight hour, that's slowly dispersing because two certain members are not part of it anymore, and I have not spoken to them at all because they're not part of my life. They're part of a negative instance that happened in a chapter of my life, and I just don't want to deal with that anymore, so I'm not going to deal with that. The midnight hour, I would have to say, is slowly dwindling down to absolutely nothing. It's just becoming ashes now. So, don't think I'm doing the midnight hour anymore unless I have a reason to. Then again, I don't really have a reason to do the midnight hour. It would be cool. It would be cool, but it's just not something that I currently want to uphold right now. But I will say that in the instance of Back 4 Blood, it's such a good game. It's such a great game. I haven't really touched the multiplayer aspect of it. You know, I know the whole game is multiplayer, but I'm not talking about the co-op. I'm talking about the, I guess, the board mode, where you can play as the special effective, which is pretty cool because I like that they brought that idea back. And instead of like a whole campaign level, it's one area that survivors as players have to defend that area from infected, from special infected. As players, the special infected get played as, you know, human players, and the survivors are both human players and sometimes AI, and at some point I don't think they implement bots into it. But yeah, so what excites me more about the Back 4 Blood and the updates that are coming in that they're going to be free and you get free content is that there is going to be a solo play or campaign offline or solo run offline. And that is what intrigues me more because as much as I like playing with other players on a game that I only just met within the instance of a couple of hours, I just would like to also in-depthly play the game, you know, on my own with bot characters. So with the bot characters, it would be a lot more easier because I don't have to rely on somebody to get me. I gotta be relying on bot to come over because they automatically follow you regardless of where you go. But well, I don't think they automatically follow you, perhaps, but if it was another human player and, you know, someone like left the game and now became a bot, I think it attaches to the closest player. So I'm not too sure how that works, but yeah, no, I would love to definitely go into the offline mode, which would be incredible because I would love to play each and every campaign section by myself, regardless of difficulty, and it just to live stream, just to do whatever is necessary for it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to probably cut this off here. And these people are looking at me, they're probably not fucking insane. But yeah, so far I really did talk about a lot today within the span of almost an hour. I do apologize if these are becoming short, and again, I try to keep this as swift as possible, as secretive as possible, because once again, I don't know if this is... I want to say that this is kind of breaking NBA policy, because, well, I mean, it's really not, because I'm not talking about anything in Amazon, mostly just talking about my job and how these things are set up and how you put boxes behind them. But unless something like really negative goes down with Amazon, I really can't talk about it because it's not a business. It's again an NDA policy, so I don't know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this and you want to see a part 4 of me working my Amazon job or working my Amazon job part 4, I will surely have something to talk about more. For right now, it's more. Oh yeah, I also wanted to say that I will be live streaming Far Cry New Dawn. Yes, I know I said I wanted to get Far Cry 6, but I just feel like I'm not quite ready for something like that. I feel like I gotta commit to it because once again, it is still a brand new, fresh game that's probably gonna have like a bunch of different updates, things that are probably gonna change. So I just wanted something more classic, such as Far Cry New Dawn. Well, I mean it's not classic, but I want to say in the sense that it is a year, maybe 2 years old. I can say I don't exactly know when the game came out, but yeah, so I'm just keeping it to a minimum realistic reality where I am going to live stream this game on both YouTube and Onlit. If anybody's interested in watching, I go by the same name on Onlit, same picture as my profile on YouTube. So yeah, if you're more interested on going over there, I'll be there. If you're more interested on watching my stream on YouTube, I'll be there. I stream to both platforms at the same time, so whatever happens. So if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more of this, or if you want to see a potential working my Amazon job part 4, leave a comment down below. If you've already commented or if you have already seen this, like, subscribe. It'd be pretty nice if you did subscribe. We're just trying to build a channel at this point. But yeah, so do you. So, nice shout out / DaveeMoo-Well.